Hey, it's Pamela. It's that time again. Time to make my selections for next season's FabFitFun box. I feel like I just did the selections and I just received my last one, but that's how they operate. You get the box and a few weeks later you're making selections for the next season. This season that I'm going to be selecting for is the winter 2022, or do we say 23? It's kind of 22, 23, but that's irrelevant. I can't speak. On to the selections. What am I doing with hands? By the way, it's Halloween day. I don't have a Halloween themed video for you guys this year. I feel really bad, but I'm just coming off of being super busy and also tired and just kind of over it. Hopefully next year I have some better content, and also to remind you guys that things are still just opening up, so you can't really do anything special, and the overcrowding everywhere is absolutely wild this year. Anyway, with that said, let's get on to the selections. First up, I'm seeing an earring set by Coach. I've said previously I can only wear real gold in my ears, so I won't be selecting this. This, you get studs with a clear crystal and a set that looks like the letter C, but also could be a horseshoe. Make sure you wear it like that, because if you wear it like that, the luck will fall out. I won't be selecting these, obviously. Next up is two different sets of bowls. They're both clear. One is emerald green, the other is mauve. They're by Social Studies. You get 3. And it says they're made of soda lime glass. I'm not sure what that means. I won't be selecting this because I have enough bowls. Next up is a candle. It's by Haps. It's the Sand Vessel Middle Seat Candle. This retails for $70. It's actually super cute. It looks like it has a ceramic holder and a little copper thing goes in that contains the candle. And the scent of this one is rose, violet, jasmine, cedarwood, musk, sandalwood, and tonka bean. And that actually sounds really nice. There's actually 2 more scents under this, but they're currently not available for me. One is Lilac Vessel / Bee Sting scent. This one is grapefruit, bergamot, rose, green floral, suede, oak moss, musk, vanilla, and amber. And the other one is Sage Vessel / Lucky Hit, and that is amber, nutmeg, patchouli, vanilla, musk, and clove. The next option is by Mia Micah. It's a car organizer. I actually have a visual impairment. I actually almost died in a car wreck and my head smashed. We're getting into this. My head actually smashed the passenger side window. I obviously got a concussion from that, and I do have very mild brain damage, what I consider. I have a stammer, which I've learned to hide. It affected my short-term memory, but it also affected my vision. Like, I am very nearsighted, but what it seemed to have affected me the most is my depth perception. Everything looks kind of flat to me, and I can't really tell how far things are, especially if I can't see the ground. So me driving is a no-go, so this is also a no-go for me. This just looks like a nylon little foldable thing. I feel like this would be great in your trunk. They have a picture of it in someone's trunk to keep everything organized instead of just throwing in. I've seen a lot of people with very messy cars that this is probably something that they could really use. Next up is a Bomac battery operated dual salt and pepper mill. I actually already have one that you grind up yourself. That's not something I need. This is kind of cool though. It has both compartments inside. You hit the button that you want and just distribute whatever spice you want in here. Next up is the thing that I did select in the color Beige Bear. I've seen the blankets by this company for the past few seasons, and I thought, oh, if they have a blanket, I'm finally gonna get the blanket. But they didn't have the blanket. They have pillows. As you see behind me, I always have faux fur pillows, and I've heard that these are super soft, so that's what I'm selecting. I think I just said that. So there's a beige one and a silver fox one, which is a gray color. We'll give this a better look when I receive the box. Next up is by Nude Sticks. It's the hanging cosmetic case. If you guys watched that video, you know behind me It got cleaned, but it's kind of a mess again. So this is something that I could potentially benefit from using. But my issue is if I put something into something and I cannot see the contents of it, I forget it exists. I think it's like an ADHD thing. Thanks, TikTok. This would be great for travel. Am I traveling? No. I also already have a really big cosmetic bag, so it's not something you need. I think this is great though, for specifically for traveling and if you don't forget that you own things if you can't see them. Next up are 3 different sizes of a socialite quilted vest. People are saying this looks like a bulletproof vest, and I have to agree. But when it comes to cold weather, I live in Canada, the last thing I'm thinking about is aesthetics. I just want to be warm. Basically, my wardrobe for winter, I'm just wearing wearable blankets, pretty much. My concern, however, about this company, I went to their Instagram and they kind of look like a drop shipping company. I don't know if that's true, but it just makes me think that their price that they're listing this at is inflated. But that's all I'm going to say about it. If it's your thing, go ahead. We could all use some more padding in the winter time, but it's not something that I'm going to be selecting. Next up is by Elemis, which is a really nice brand. It is the Superfood Facial Wash. They said that this looks like a green juice. It actually does. If you watch the videos that FabFitFun posted on it, it does look like you could drink it, but I wouldn't drink this. To state the obvious. This has organic pumpkin seed oil, nettle extract, and black seed oil. It's good for dull complexions. This is showing as unavailable, but if it becomes available and you don't know what to select for this category, I would say go for this one, because having a nice luxury face wash, it's just a nice treat for yourself. It's also nice to try higher end products for a lower price, which we get them for in the box. Next up is a Mark & Graham wine opener. This looks like another electric one that you hit a button and it just pulls it up. I'm not a big drinker. If I have wine, it's only occasional because I am also sulfite intolerant, so it has to sit out in a decanter for hours. And lastly is another item from Socialite. It's the Hooded Sherpa Throw, and I can't really complain about anything cozy. It's winter time, perfect to have a cozy item. Again, on the advertised price, I'm not sure if this item is actually worth that much. That's it for category 1. Moving on to category number 2. First up, we have something that actually does really interest me. I can get this really cheap on Amazon, so I'm not gonna bother selecting this because the item I did select is worth a lot more. It's the Fila Flexible Back Stretcher. This says it has 3 levels of adjustment, 2 textured inserts, so it has kind of like a spiky one. I have an acupressure mat. At first it kind of hurts and it feels not that great, but the longer you lay down on it and it just adds the pressure into the muscles, it does offer pain relief. To be honest, this one actually does look like it's really good quality, so I might actually add this. Like, I might take back what I initially said, because sometimes you get things off Amazon, and also funding a billionaire I don't really want to do. This does look like a good option. I think I might add this to my box. Okay. Well, we're gonna see on the opening if I did add this or not. Next up is by Ole Henriksen. It's the Glow 2O Dark Spot Toner. It has AHAs, witch hazel, which I'm iffy about because I know that it can mess up some people's skin barriers, lemon, sugarcane, licorice root, chamomile, and sandalwood extracts. Some of this seems pretty harsh on the skin, but I'm sure it's formulated to not be stripping. I'm not sure if I would recommend this for sensitive skin, but if toner is your thing and you have no issues with any of these ingredients, this is probably a great option, because I know Ole Henriksen is a good brand. It says it's good for dullness, uneven texture, and dark spots. Next up, I feel like this is possibly a really affordable item that I could get elsewhere, so I won't be selecting it, though it is something that I do need because I hate when I get the little piles on my sweaters and stuff like that. It's so annoying. It is the Mercy Fabric Shaver. And from the explanation, it's just a manual one, and it has a little compartment that the lint balls collect into. Next up for bakers, but it's also a really accessible item. It's a Short Stories rolling pin. It has a stainless steel roller. It says rubber wood. Does that mean the wood is rubber, or did they forget to put a comma? So yeah, I'm unsure about that, but I already have one of these and I feel like a lot of people already have a rolling pin. In my opinion, it looks like a really decent option. I know I say that a lot in these videos, but it does look decent. I think that FabFitFun did a really good job with this season's box. I think that there's something for everyone. Next up is by Hourglass, which is actually a very high-end makeup brand. Options for 3 different colors of their Confession Ultra Slim High Intensity Refillable Lipstick. There's the color At Night, which is a brick red, I Am, which is a deep pink rose, and If Only, which is a deep rose, which is the color that appeals the most to me because it has an orangey tone to it. Next up is the item that I chose simply because this is valued at $110 and I've used this brand before and it actually is really good high quality skincare. It's by Perricone MD. It's the Cold Plasma Plus Eye Advanced Eye Cream. We're gonna dive more into this when I receive the box. Next up is a mini humidifier by Icon Beauty. It has a little LED display on it, so I guess to add to the aesthetic and make it more fun. Putting moisture into the air during winter when everything is so dry is a really good idea. In my opinion, this would be better for smaller spaces, so maybe beside your bed at night. I don't know about having things going all night, but I guess before bed during the prep, getting some nice moisture into the air so you don't fully dry out at night. So yeah, it seems like an okay option. Next up is something we've seen before. It's the Lily Pulitzer ceramic mug set of 2. So if you didn't get the option to select this in previous season and you really like it, or you want to get a replacement or more, perfect time to do so. Not my style, so I'm not interested in this item. Next up are 2 different sets of Sur la Table. I grew up taking French and it's horrendous, and I also have family members who only speak French, and that doesn't work out. That makes family reunions really awkward. It's a 4-piece silicone utensil set. One is in red and one is in gray, and that's it for this category, and that's also it for this video. I'm just gonna do 2 categories per video as usual, so make sure to hit the subscribe button below to catch categories 3 through 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is my brain today. This is also why I have to cut myself off. Anyway, if you like this, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of categories 1 and 2 and what you'll be selecting. And that's everything. Thanks for watching.